Hi, I'm Katie Gates. Thank you so much for joining me. I pray that you're having a blessed and beautiful, beautiful day. I know that I am. Today, I want to discuss 6 ways to reduce everyday stress. Stress is something that we all deal with, whether we like it or not. We're human beings, so we all deal with stress. And if you have not dealt with stress, I'm sure that you will. And if we're honest, most of us deal with stress way more than we'd like to admit. So today, I'm here to share 6 ways to reduce everyday stress, along with 6 affirmations that you can say daily to help you release negative emotions and find peace. So I'm excited about this. So come on, stick around, stay with me, and let's go through these 6 ways to reduce everyday stress. So number 1, give thanks. I know it sounds minute, but it's very, very important, because when we can wake up and show gratitude for seeing another day, for having breath in our body, that sets the tone for our entire day. I promise you. So the first thing that you need to do when you open your eyes in the morning, take a deep breath and give God thanks. I am a believer in God, a very strong believer in God, but give God thanks. Doing this shows that you're grateful, it calms you, and it sets the tone, like I said, for your entire day. This is something that you don't want to skip. I promise you, if you have not tried it, and if you try it, you will thank me. It's just like that saying, starting your day with prayer sets your day. This is very true. When we wake up in the morning and we're grateful for seeing another day, and we're starting our day by saying, thank you, God. Thank you for allowing me to see another day. That truly does set the tone for your entire day. It's the what, how, or whom we start our day with that sets our tone. That's very good. I'm going to repeat that. It's the what, how, or whom we start our day with that helps set the tone for our day. So the affirmation for step 1 would be, I choose gratefulness, peace, and life. I choose gratefulness, peace, and life. I choose gratefulness, peace, and life. That's the affirmation. Say it 3 times every day. You'll start seeing a difference. You'll feel better. You'll experience different great things. Number 2, live in the present moment. Live in the now. Not in yesterday's mess or tomorrow's uncertainty, but now, right? So when I say that, I'm reminded of Matthew 6:34. I have that here in my notes because it's such a verse that I love. It's one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible. When God says, He tells us not to worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. That is so powerful to me. So in other words, God is telling us to live in the now, live in the present moment. He wants us to trust Him and to understand that we aren't in control. He is. So that's number 2. That's step 2 to reduce everyday stress. Live in the present moment. So affirmation for that would be, I choose to live in the present moment, for it is good and I am not worried. I choose to live in the present moment, for it is good and I am not worried. Number 3, chase greatness, not perfection. Perfection is not reality. It's not something that's attainable. There's only one perfect being to ever walk the face of the earth, and that was Jesus Christ Himself. We aren't perfect beings. We're human beings. We make mistakes. We don't get it right all the time. We have a lot of things, a lot of work that we still need to do, and that's okay. But we have to understand and we have to recognize that. We have to know that we aren't perfect beings. We cannot attain perfection, but we can attain greatness. One of my favorite words in the entire dictionary, greatness. Understand that you're not perfect, and embrace the saying, one thing at a time. Because when we're trying to achieve greatness, or when we're operating in the energy of greatness, one thing at a time, and do it the best of your ability. Do it to the best of your ability. So one thing at a time. Like I said, perfection is not realistic. Although the world globally as a whole will contradict that. The things that we see in the world, the things that we see on social media, on TV, on the magazines, and all around us will make us feel like perfection is real. And we don't understand that everything that we're seeing with our visible eyes have been altered in one way or another. There's tons of filters. There's tons of apps to help us get the perfect skin. There's Photoshop. There's all of those manipulations that occur before we see these images. Even on social media, hello. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing on social media has been altered to make it look perfect. It is not that. So don't chase perfection, chase greatness. Go after it. I want greatness, or I want success to chase me like it owes me something. I want you to have that same mentality. Make success chase you like it owes you something. That's a great mentality to have, y'all. That's great. That's great. That's great. So greatness is attainable. And equally, when we understand that we can take life day by day, one day at a time, we don't feel overwhelmed or rushed. We reduce societal pressures. That goes back to all of those social media images and the magazines. So we reduce societal pressures. We focus on individual progress, individual meaning your own progress and not perfection. We minimize our to-do list. I often say busy is not a status symbol. It doesn't work. We run ourselves into holes trying to look busy, trying to stay busy, trying to stay relevant. And we are more confident in ourselves when we chase greatness opposed to chasing perfection. Number 4, check your circle. It's so important because the people that we surround ourselves with, they really alter our reality, or they can, I forget the word, I can't find the word that I'm looking for, but they really, influence, that's the word. Thank you. They really influence our reality. So if you are surrounding yourselves with people that really are trying to go for something in life, they want the best for themselves, they want the best out of life, and they truly want the best for you. I cannot stress that enough. They truly want the best for you. It's not a pretend thing. They truly want the best for you. You're going to want the best for yourself. I often say if we surround ourselves with true greatness, we too will be great. That is a very true statement. If you surround yourself with true greatness, you will be great. So check your circle and surround yourself with stable minds. Those people who don't worry about minute things like jealousy, envy, and this person is doing this and that person is copying that. Just mess. Surround yourself with stable minds. People that have minds that can expand, that can look beyond foolishness. So it's very important that you do that, because when we surround ourselves with people willing to control stress, listen, this is so critical. Willing to control their stress, know how to handle their stress, meaning they don't let stress handle them. They handle stress. We open our minds to new possibilities. That's what we want in this life. We open our minds to new possibilities, to miracles and growth. new possibilities, miracles, and growth. And we also learn to accept who we are. So we learn to love ourselves for who we are, the greatest thing on earth. We learn to let go of things that we can't change. That's almost like forgiving yourself, which is a step in here. And we learn to focus on progress rather than perfection. So the affirmation for that would be, I welcome healthy, stable minds into my atmosphere. I welcome healthy, stable minds into my atmosphere. Number 5, black screen. What on earth is a black screen? A black screen is when we sit our phones down and we don't touch it for hours because we are taking a break from screen time. Very, very important. I know it's something that I have to do. I think it's something that we all should do. It's something that we all feel that we should do. Some of us just press through that feeling and we just keep, searching and posting and looking on social media and all of these things that really have no benefit to our lives. Really. Sad but true. So take screen breaks. Nothing wrong with it. You're not going to miss anything. It's going to be there when you get back to it later that evening or the next day. So take screen breaks. And I know often the first thing we do as humans in the morning is to check our email and to check Facebook. Check social media. And if we're honest, these actions aren't helping us very much. Ask yourself, what are they doing for you in the morning or whenever you read them? So instead, these actions for most people, not all people, but for most, induce stress, creates more unhealthy habits, and produces irrelevant thoughts. Those thoughts that you carry with you all day, they just plague your mind. Foolish things. So take a break. Don't be afraid to take a break. It's okay. So the affirmation, I have the power to change my habits. I have the power to change my habits. We all do. We hold the power to change anything that we don't like. So you hold the power to change your negative habits. Don't let anyone tell you differently. You hold that power, no one else. And lastly, I said this one was in here. I saved it last because this is very, very, very vital that we understand. And it's plaguing a lot of people. And it's keeping a lot of people trapped, caged, held captive. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. I too had to forgive myself for things. So I've been there, done that. Forgive yourself. Unforgiveness of self is a big one for many. And like I said, it was for myself too at one point in my life. If you do the research, you'll see that a lot of today's stress, along with social stats and money, is unforgiveness of self. It's due to unforgiveness of self. Not being able to forgive ourselves of past actions, even thoughts. So think about this. It's not the unforgiveness of others, but it's the unforgiveness of self that induces a lot of stress on people. Isn't that interesting? I found that very, very fascinating when I was researching to do this video. It's not the unforgiveness of another person. It's the unforgiveness of self that keeps a lot of the world bound, trapped, unable to touch and taste freedom. I thought, my, wow. So many keep themselves in mental prisons. It's a mental prison because they haven't forgiven themselves of past actions, mistakes, or like I said, even thoughts. Unforgiveness of self is not good. But I can promise you this, speaking from experience, when we forgive ourselves, we free ourselves. It's like that bird flying. We free ourselves, truly. We gain a more stable and prosperous life. And it doesn't have to be monetary, but that is part of the perks. That's one of the perks. We gain a more stable and prosperous life. We find happiness, joy, and peace with forgiveness. When we're stuck in unforgiveness, happiness, joy, and peace is usually nowhere to be found. It keeps tugging at your shirt or on your pant leg. I'm here. Here I am. But because we're stuck in unforgiveness, we ignore it. We don't want to see it or hear it. But when you forgive yourself, you will find happiness, joy, and peace. And you will open yourself up to a world of possibilities. This world is filled with possibility, with greatness that belongs to you. That thing that's been down in your spirit that you want to do, that goal that you want to accomplish is going to come to the forefront and say, hello, here I am. Now you're ready for me. I promise you, it will. It will. I'm speaking from experience. So when I read this stuff, when I do all of this research, I am talking to myself too, not preaching to anyone else. Everything that I say is from experience. So the affirmation would be, I forgive myself. I will find freedom. I forgive myself. I will find freedom. So let me go over the affirmations with you one more time, all 6 affirmations very, very quickly. The first one, I choose gratefulness, peace, and life. Number 2, I choose to live in this present moment, for it is good and I am not worried. Number 3, I will focus on my greatness and not my imperfections. Number 4, I welcome healthy, stable minds into my atmosphere. Number 5, I have the power to change my habits. And number 6, the very last one, I will forgive myself, or I forgive myself, and I will find freedom. So I have shared 6 ways to reduce everyday stress and 6 daily affirmations with you that you could say every day to help you beat stress, to help you improve your life, to help you find freedom. So I love you all so much, and I pray that this video helps you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. I believe it's over here to my right, left. I'm not really sure, but hit the notification bell. Share this with someone who needs it. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.